Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the CPS Reports, and we are back with another recap. And we are recapping UFC Fight Night, Sandhagen versus Nurmagomedov. With me breaking this card down or recapping this wonderful card is none other than 80. My boy, how's it going?
What's happening, bro? Happy
You're
Monday.
good, you're good. Happy Monday. Look, we had the pleasure of watching the full card this time, at a decent time. But we are gonna mainly recap the main card. So yeah, Eddie, let's get stuck straight into it. Sandhagen, he took on Umar Nurmagomedov, and entertaining fight nonetheless. Like it was nice back and forth, very competitive. Um, on the night, I was obviously like, a little gutted that Sandhagen didn't get the dub, unfortunately. But you got to give props to Nurmagomedov because the guy fought a perfect game plan. I mean, what was quite interesting about the fight was that Nurmagomedov almost we were saying that Sandhagen was dictating the pace, but it felt like they were actually fighting at the speed of that of Nurmagomedov's pace. If you think about it, because Corey is usually quite pacey when he dictates the pace. He moves around quite a lot, and he's the one that always initiates the exchanges. In this fight, it wasn't necessarily going his way all the time, really even. But I think Nurmagomedov, what he utilized was at least trying to get one takedown in each round, and he did that quite successfully. Even though Cody had sort of bounced back and there wasn't anything really done with the takedowns, but it was landed, and that counts for something. And what was quite surprising is that he actually outstruck Cody Sandhagen. So for that, well-deserved win. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think you pretty much covered it there, bro. I think, in a sense, Corey was walking Umar down for like the first 3 rounds,
Yeah.
and then I think Umar started taking more of a stand. But even in the time that Corey was walking Umar down, Umar kind of always managed to keep Corey at distance.
Mm,
Thought he used his kicks very well.
yeah.
And yeah, every time Cody tried to close the distance, Uma had something for him to
Yeah.
kind of keep him at bay. So yeah, well deserved win. And like you said, he wrestled very well. Cody's defensive wrestling was also great on the night. I thought
Fantastic.
it seems to be greatly improved when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah.
So yeah, well deserved. And yeah, got it for Cody, bro, because now it's like,
Mm.
what happens now? Is he ever gonna get that title shot?
It's a good question. We'll get to that one next. I just want to point out something on Cody. The performance wasn't completely terrible. I would point out that Cody did land quite a number of leg kicks, and it was quite significant damage to Umar's leg. You will notice it that he was switching stances quite often because he couldn't really handle it. Um, Trying to find the leg kicks, but it was quite significant. But he didn't really let his hands go. Which is Cody is quite creative with letting his hands go, but he didn't really utilize it as much.
I
And I
don't
think that's
I don't
maybe
think he could, because every time, like I said, when he tried to close distance, Umar kind of had something for him, like a kick just to keep him at
yeah,
distance to kind of upset his rhythm. Because yeah, but Corey is like, he's a very like, he gets into a rhythm, Corey, and then once he's into
mm,
that rhythm, he's like very dangerous. And I just thought that like Umar kept upsetting him, so it didn't really allow him
yeah.
to, like you were alluding to, utilize his hands, find those angles, get inside, and like really do some damage. So yeah, but
Yeah.
again, well done to Uma, but yeah, got it for Corey.
Yeah. So now, where does this lead the division? Is the next question. So that's where you were going to. Corey taking
Mm,
that loss, that does make him go a couple of steps backwards. I don't necessarily think he's out of the title picture. I think he's still going to be in top of that heat. Definitely still going to be in the top five for sure. But this does put Umar up there, and I'm not entirely sure. You can just jog my memory here, but that's Umar. He gets the winner of Umar of Mali and Davashvili, right?
Marab, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he's guaranteed that title shot. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think yeah, because if Corey had won, Corey gets the title shot. No, nobody would have had a problem with that, and he just beat the next
Yeah.
best guy, basically. So
Yes, yes.
it's difficult to argue, and I think it's going to be a very difficult match for both fighters, bro. Whoever wins that
Oh,
fight between O'Malley and
mm.
Marab. So yeah,
Well done. Well done to Umar Nurmagomedov. No, honestly, I can't disagree with it. I think he's definitely going to be. He might it might be more difficult for him to go against Marab more than Sugar Sean. I think he might make Sugar Sean's night difficult. I think Marab is very competitive in terms of grappling and
mm-hmm.
striking. And I think Merab is a puzzle for a lot of fighters in that division. So I think that might be the new champ. But we'll talk about that when that happens. But for
Yeah,
now,
I
Umar,
just think that is a better striker than Marab for me, Umar, and he's a better wrestler than O'Malley. So that's why I'm saying it would be a difficult fight for either of them.
for O'Malley and Merab, a bit of a fight
Yeah,
for
either one of
Merab.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, what's next for Cody then? Who does he get next? What does he do next? As if he wants to, what is the next best move to get to that title again? To get back on that path.
Okay, so just before we go there, possibly if Umar doesn't get a title shot, maybe he fights
Mm.
Peter Yan for the title contender eliminator. What do you think about that? Or do you think that he deserves the title shot?
I think the announcement was right, wasn't it? I think it's clear that he's going to get that title shot. They
Is
just
it
need to put the
okay?
contract together. Yeah.
Okay,
So
then maybe Cody fights. Maybe Cody fights. I mean, I don't know if people want to see Vader Sandhagen again, but I would kind of use that as like both of you lost very important fights now, right?
mm,
And
mm,
whichever one of you loses this fight is out of the conversation for the title completely. And I would kind of leave that as like a top five eliminator. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Um, but it's
You could
difficult to
go.
say now. Yeah.
You could go. Cody versus Deuce together, or Deuce together versus Peter Yan, and then like you say, Cody and Vader too.
Yeah, so
Um,
it would be between the three of them. I think Sandeg and Deuce together would be a liquor fight. I'd like to see that.
yeah, I think that would make the best sense even for Deuce together. Like if you look at both of their careers and now they're in the positions that they are in, going for the title, the next person for the natural progression for Deuce together instead of going straight to the title, because there's a number of guys that's there that's still like fantastic. You just beat Vader, so now it's like you should then
Yeah,
maybe get Cody Sandhagen, or you
yeah,
may get the loser of that title shot. So because Nurmagomedov is going to fight against the winner of Marab and Mali, so then the loser can maybe get used together next.
yeah. I'm just thinking then, like, what happens if Cody beats Deuce together then, and then does he get a title shot? You know what I mean? Because then it's like it gets a little weird.
Let us know in the comments what you guys think out there. What could be the natural progression or matchups for this bantamweight division? As you can tell, myself and Eddie are just gonna spend the whole day doing this if we don't get to a natural conclusion. But I think, AD, what we can conclude with here is that Umar deserves the title shot. Sandhagen, I think the best for him would have to get probably Deuce together, or a rematch with Peter Yan. Because Peter Yan won his last two fights and he's also going up again. So that would make the most sense. I don't imagine Cody Sandhagen's drop off in terms of ranking would be that massive.
Mm. Yeah. I think it's fair to say that Cody is not outside of the top five now. Like he's not going to be fighting down in the division
Yeah.
necessarily. So yeah, I think like you said, Deuce together, or
Mhm.
even possibly Cheetah Vera. But I know people probably wouldn't want to see that again, but I think it
Yeah,
wouldn't
some
be
people
like
are.
outside of the realm of imagination that they would fight
Absolutely.
again. Kind of as the gate, then the loser kind of becomes the gatekeeper for the top five, and has to fight anyone down the division that's kind of trying to break in.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, completely agree. Completely agree. The gatekeeper for the top five instead of the top 10. Oh, shit. Give me a second. This one. Go to my Romania. Um, okay, so now then we move on, 80. So that was a fantastic main event. Like I said, Mar would have built a perfect fight. Even Cody admitted it himself. And yeah, that's just a well-deserved title shot, I think. So now we will then move on to our co-main event between Shada Bullet Magomedov and Michal Olizasek. Shada won unanimous decision, and also quite grueling fight. I think this was look their fight of the night. It was a fantastic fight. These guys were going back and forth. Michal applying that forward pressure, had the boxing going, and it looked like it could have been the perfect style to sort of counter the attacking of Shada Magomedov. But Shada has a really good sort of striking offense, even on the back foot when he's going backwards. I mean, I'm pretty sure he wished he got a knockout, but nonetheless, the performance was great. Um, quite a back and forth battle between the two guys. I don't know. I'm still not like completely wowed by Shad. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that one. What do you take of this fight?
Yeah, I think like you said, bro, he did enough on the night to get the result. But yeah, Olizashik had his moments.
Yeah.
It was again a very competitive fight. Really enjoyed it. I think both
Mm,
of the co and the main event were very good fights to watch. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. But yeah, I think again Olizashik had his moments. He did manage to get
yeah.
him down a few times, but didn't really manage to do anything with the takedowns.
Mhm, mhm.
So yeah, he keeps his undefeated run, and yeah, let's see what's next for him, bro. Um,
Who did he call out again at
but
the end of his?
he called out Nick Diaz, bro, which
Oh
is
yes, yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
but like again, like you said, he didn't really like dazzle. You know what I mean?
yes,
He didn't
yeah,
like wow anybody. It was just again, it was a solid performance, but it wasn't like anything spectacular. So yeah, I don't know about the Nick Diaz call out.
yeah.
I don't think that would be productive for him, but yeah, but I don't know what he's thinking with that.
Yeah, me too. That's not a smart matchup. Not a smart decision in terms of like propelling his career in the middleweight division. You know what I mean? I think he should look
Mm.
up the division, not look at someone that's like it has had their time already. It's just not going to work for him. But for Michał Lizasek, that's back-to-back losses now. What does this guy got to do? What does he got to do to get a win?
He's probably got to knock somebody out there. That's his only way that he can win, seemingly. So yeah, I don't know, but I like yo. He just needs to kind of hang in there and fight an unranked guys until he manages to get called up into the top 15, bro. But yeah, very unfortunate for him. He's been on a real bad slide recently, and yeah, hopefully he can turn it around, bro. Because he's a
Yeah,
good boxer and like he's got some power.
really.
So
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully he can use that for him.
But I mean, the middleweight division is full of a lot of gangsters, as we
Yeah, it's
know.
pretty beastly in there, bro.
So I
Some
don't
real
know.
beastly.
Watching Oli Zayek fight, I watched him a total of 3 times, and I was like, it's gonna be tough for you to climb that rankings. But for
Yeah,
Shada, that's
and
good. Eh?
I mean, I think am I remembering correctly that they said that he had one fight at light heavyweight,
Yes, they said that. Yeah,
Olejniczak.
yeah,
So yeah, I don't know, maybe that's an option for him, bro. But I don't think he'll have any more luck up there either. So
yeah. We
yeah,
both were like, "What lightweight?
couldn't believe
Nah,
it, bro. Yeah,
no ways." Okay, no, but that's cool. A big win for Shada Bullet. I definitely would recommend that you call up the weight class and not necessarily go down the weight class. Um, in terms of that vision. So yeah, because we'd love to see him fight against someone that's gonna be able to actually wrestle him properly or even strike with him really well, and I want to see
yeah.
what he does. I
If
want
I
to see
was
what he
him, I'm
does. Eh?
sorry. Yeah,
No, I said I
you
want
go.
to see what he does if he doesn't. If he's faced with adversity a little bit, man, a little bit of trouble in the octagon, maybe getting
Mm,
rocked to something. I want to see what happens then.
yeah, I'd be calling out Paulo Costa if I was him, bro.
Yeah,
Because Paulo's
that's
just
actually a
been like
smart
on the
one.
slide now, and Paulo's
Yeah,
ranked at number 9. So
true,
he's undefeated.
true.
Paulo's on the slide, kind of like way to break into that top 10, I would say.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
absolutely, I agree. That would be a smart decision for his career, of course. Okay, but we keep it moving. The next fight that took place, we saw Marlon Chito Vera taking on Davison Figueiredo, and this was in the bantamweight 3-round fight, bomb burner between two fantastic fighters. I actually enjoyed this fight the most, if I'm being honest. It was very entertaining from the very first minute of the fight. Just to get him made Marlon know that he was going to stand in the pocket with him and strike, and even willing to wrestle when it was necessary. And he did land a couple of successful takedowns, like 2 or 14, even though the other there's a lot of ones that missed. But being the smaller guy coming up in weight, I thought he stood his ground really well. He held his own, and he took advantage of the fact that Marlon starts slow, because we could see that towards the end of round 2 and even a little bit of round 3 as well, Marlon started really applying the pressure, and you could see him starting to use his size and length. Um, but Davidson's figured out being a former champion showed that why why he's got that elite status, because he was able to really stifle the takedowns, not necessarily get hit as much. He barely took any like significant shots that made him wobble, and he actually dropped Chito Vera, so I thought deserved win for him, and that's for me. It's a statement. It's a statement in the bantamweight. What do you think about it?
Yeah, agreed. I think that he showed he was the more well-rounded fighter by using his wrestling and getting Cheetah to the ground. And also, yeah, I think it pretty much went like we discussed in the preview.
Yeah.
Cheetah notoriously slow to start. It was exactly that. And like you said, towards the end of the second round and a few moments in the third, Cheetah looked a lot better. But yeah, I don't know what to do with Cheetah, bro. Like,
Mm.
why is he's fighting like he's got a 5-round fight, and he's only fighting for 3 rounds. So it's very strange to see. Like he's just kind of banking that in the last half of the fight he's gonna knock this guy out. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
it hasn't been working out for him. But yeah, well
Yeah.
done to Davison. Again, he looked very good. He started very well. He
Yeah.
was quicker, and yeah, it's crazy to see that his power translates to bantamweight like that. Giving Cheeto his first knockdown ever. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty mad. So yeah, well done to him, and yeah,
Yeah,
I
tough
like the
stuff.
Sandhagen fight for him, bro.
Yeah, so that's what we were talking about with the Sandhagen one. So because these guys are obviously in the same weight class,
Mm.
it just makes sense if you look at those rankings. You know what I mean? Davison he came up and he beat Cody Garbrandt, he beat Jose Font, Rob Font, Jose Font, Rob Font, and now he beat Marlon Vera. Do you know what I mean? Like those are household names in the bantamweight division. Those are household names in the bantamweight division, and I think it's a big stamp because he's a former champion, Davison Figueiredo himself, and then coming up and beating those household names is like, listen, if anyone that's watching this and understands the sport, they would obviously go and say, listen, the natural fight for Davison Figueiredo next would be Cody Sandhagen. If not Cody Sandhagen, he's got to get the loser of Vashvili and O'Malley. Yeah, he has to. One of them, or like you say, possibly Peter Yan. But I would like Peter Yan to get Sandhagen and then give Figueiredo the loser, or give Figueiredo Cody Sandhagen and give Peter Yan the loser of Vashvili and O'Malley, because Nurmagomedov's obviously going to get the winner there.
Mm.
What do
Yeah,
you think of that?
yeah, I think that sounds fair.
That's the
I
most
think
fairest one.
yeah, I think stylistically, I would like to see Figueiredo and Cody.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like because the division's so like it's very like congested in terms of the top ten's been the top 10 for a while now. You know what I mean? So it's like these oaks have all fought each other, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Because I'm looking down at like who could Cheeto fight next, and like he's fought most of these oaks already. You know what I mean?
You could fight Peter Yan. He hasn't fought Song Yadong.
Cheeto
Yeah.
to fight Peter Yan.
Yeah.
Why, bro? He lost.
Yeah,
So he
that's
has to
true.
fight down now, you know what I mean? Because he's been
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
slide now. He lost
Yeah.
O'Malley, and now he lost this fight. So you know what I mean? I don't think it's fair for Peter Yan. Because what has Peter Yan got to gain from beating Cheeto, bro?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. You can't fight down. Um
So yeah, maybe like Song Yadong or
Maybe Song Yadong, yes. Yeah, Song
Jose
Yadong will be the
Aldo.
next.
Because Henry Cejudo's also fifth, bro. And I don't know what to make of that. Like, is
I
he
don't
still
I don't
competing? What's going on? You know what I mean? Because we haven't really brought his name up in this division yet.
I
You know
know
what I
he's
mean?
been calling out Peter Yan in the Cejudo. He's been calling out Peter Yan.
Okay.
But I don't know. Yeah, I'm also not completely comfortable with him being fifth. I think it's just his credentials that put him there, and that he fought against O'Malley and Marab. That was his. Did he fight Aljo? No, no.
No,
Not
he
familiar.
didn't fight O'Malley. He fought Aljo and
He fought
Marab.
Aljo and Marab. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he lost
So
both fights.
he lost both fights exactly. That's
So
why
it's
I'm
like,
not.
yeah, it's like it's difficult to kind of take him seriously
He
as a
must fight.
contender.
He's got to fight. He's got to fight Chito Vera then. In
I
the
would
Cejudo
say
team.
that's like a fight, yeah. I would say
Yeah, in the
Chito
Cejudo team.
Vera, Cejudo. That would be a good
Yeah,
fight. But I don't know
that's
if
why.
he would take that because he'd be like, nah, I've got nothing to gain from this. But he's also lost 2 fights on the spin, both
Well, I
for him.
mean, there's a lot to gain from it. Then he could really put the stamp and say, "Listen, now I do want to fight top 5. I do want to go
Yeah, but I
for
think
the
he's kind
title."
of like trying to take shortcuts, man. He just wants to maybe get
Yes.
2 fights to the title. Like first one fight and the next fight must be title kind of thing. That's what
Yeah.
he's kind of looking at. But yeah, it's a strange one. So
Yeah. No, I completely agree. It is strange that these numbers in there. But I do think that the Deuce together is putting himself in a good position after winning, after beating Chito Vera. I definitely think he puts himself in a position where he can only fight title eliminator or title shot. Like that's where he needs to go now. That's his next move.
yeah, I think his next fight is definitely title eliminator, like title contender
Of course,
next
of
win. Yeah.
course, of course. Okay, AD. Well, then let's keep it moving swiftly to our fight, which of the two gentlemen, Tony Ferguson that took on Michael Chiesa in the welterweight division. And yeah, again, this fight, every time we have Tony Ferguson, we're like, yo, dude, just make this the last one. And the fight ended very shortly. Well, not very, it was in the first round, and Michael Chiesa successfully got his rear naked choke that he usually does, his patented rear naked choke. Um, Not much to say about it. The guys barely threw any strikes. They were just sizing each other up for like majority of the first round until Michael got Tony to backed up and then got him to the ground off the cage and then landed the submission. Um, what I think the elephant in the room here is like what's next for Tony Ferguson. We know where Michael Yates is at in the business of UC. He does the desk now and then, so he's pretty sorted. But what's next for the boogeyman in the world of combat sports? Man says he loves the UFC. I watched the press conference, the post fight conference. And but it's almost like the guys from the UFC and the press themselves were almost alluding to like, are you sure you still want to continue? Like what they were almost like the questions was designed to almost ask him to think about the next move.
Yeah.
What's your move? What's your take on it?
But I would say just let him fight Bilal, bro. Give him the title shot. It's the only way he's gonna retire, bro. Is if he gets the title shot. So it would be for the best of everyone. But now jokes aside, like this is 8 fights now, so this is
Yeah,
the longest ever losing streak, bro. Coming from like someone who was like in the not too distant past, like one of the best in the sport. You know what I mean? Like I think
mm,
he had one of the longest winning streaks at lightweight.
yeah,
But yeah, it's unfortunate to see. He did kind of semi-retire at the end of the fight.
yeah.
So hopefully he'll follow through and complete the retirement. But yeah, it's there's nothing good you can say about what's happening with him at the moment. So yeah, hopefully he sees that and gets out, like preserves what's left of his like legacy, man.
Mm,
Because like
mhm.
anybody who got into MMA like now or like recently will see this man just as like this can basically, you know what I mean?
This can, yeah. They look at Tony Ferguson, they'll see the face after he got kicked by Michael Chandler.
Yeah, exactly. So he's just tarnishing his legacy by sticking around. So hopefully he'll get out and yeah,
Mhm. Well,
not
well,
sure what he does from there.
Khabib did congratulate him and sort of wish him all the best, but also kind of highlighted to him to say, like, listen, you should start thinking about maybe even coaching if you want to stay in the sport. Like, think about what that can do for you next, because you also want to not only preserve his career but his health. At the end of the day, he's not getting any younger. So,
Hmm.
and people would love to line up at his gym. I mean, he's got a good following around the world. Al Kukui, the boogeyman. But let us know in the comments, what do you think Tony
His
Ferguson
gym's
should do?
closed now, bro.
His gym is
So
closed. Oh no. Sis. I mean, the man says he loves the UFC. Maybe they'll give him another fight. We don't know what the final decision is on that. But we'd love to hear what you have to say about the boogeyman Al Kukui, Tony Ferguson. Anyway, we move on. 80, the next fight that we had seen. We saw Mackenzie Dern taking on Lupi Godinez in the women's strawweight division. This was a 3-round decision, really competitive fight back and forth between the two women. Actually one of the good fights of the night, and our eye test versus some of the other eye tests were quite interesting because we were thinking that Godinez was doing really well. I mean, the counter striking was on point. She landed a lot of jabs. But but she didn't necessarily land a lot of combinations. But although her significant strikes were nice and clean, you could see a lot of it every time she did land on Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern sort of paused, but kept pushing forward, kept going on the pressure, and even locked in a couple of takedowns of her own. The fight did end up in Mackenzie Dern's favor. It looked like according to statistics, she landed more of the strikes. It looked like she was a bit of the more polished one, but I don't know. It was one of those fights where it could have gone both ways. What do you make of it? Because it was very difficult for me to score.
Yeah, I agree 100%, bro. Mackenzie's striking was definitely better than it has been in the recent past, but still, I don't think that she's gonna be like a big threat at the top of the division with the striking. Like there are much better strikers. But yeah, of course, we saw that on the ground it's a completely different game. It's
Yeah.
like when she really showed her quality and made life very difficult for Loopy and like almost tapped out. I think she got saved by the ball. Like
Yeah, almost synced in the
towards the end
armbar.
of the first round, yeah. So yeah, I'm glad Mackenzie could turn it around, but like it's nothing that we haven't seen from her before, man. You know what I mean? Like they said, I mean, when I say her striking was improved, it's because the bar wasn't very high, man, coming into the fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, I would have been happy calling this fight for Loopy. It was very competitive, and yeah, like I think you alluded to it very well. Loopy's game plan was kind of working. She was landing the better strikes, walking backwards. But Mackenzie, it's like the aesthetics and the optics of the fight looked like Mackenzie was pushing the pressure, landing strikes, and she did get it to the ground and like did attempt submission. So yeah, it could have gone either way.
Absolutely.
But yeah, good fight.
Good fight.
And yeah,
Let me just
I'm
pull
not
up the
sure.
rankings.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure what happens for Mackenzie now because she's also fought most of the ladies at the top of the
Those
division.
ladies, I just want to
So
pull up the rankings of this division. Yeah, you were saying, sorry?
I was thinking Jandiroba might be a bigger fight because they both
Are you
weigh.
serious?
They fought before, and Mackenzie won by decision. But yeah, because I mean, who should she fight now, bro? Because she's fought pretty much everybody else in the division.
Strawweight division. She could either do Jessica Andrade again. Yeah, you said Jandaroba.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zhao Shannan lost, and then you've got Tatiana Suarez, but Tatiana Suarez is waiting for the title shot. So I'd imagine she'll probably get Zhao Shannan.
Yan Shonan.
Yan Shannan, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
because it's
Amanda
like,
Lemos.
yeah, I just think she'd have to improve a lot if she's gonna fight those ladies because they don't play on the ground on the feet, bro.
Yeah.
So
Oh, deadly.
so yeah, again she was improved, but yeah, it's not saying a lot because the striking's been so terrible in the last few fights.
Yeah. But we've seen good improvements nonetheless. It's not completely
Yeah, but it's not like
shattered
she
her.
didn't get caught, man. It's not like she didn't
Yeah,
get
again,
caught
at the end of the day,
in the
like
fight.
both of us were saying that insignificantly, you described it very well when we were watching the fight. Even though it was Loopy was going backwards, her strikes were significantly landing better. So her
Yeah.
jab, a left hook, check left hook, a uppercut, a shot to the body, but it was mainly coming from the left hand and from like a forward stance. And like I said on the night as well, that although it was landing cleaner, the pressure and the initiation was coming from Mackenzie Dern throughout the fight. And it's difficult to not to score against something like that. You know what I mean? I wish Loopy would maybe have thrown maybe another 2-3 or 2-4 after that jab or after that left counter. Just add another right hand or another body kick into it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Just to make sure that Mackenzie Dern must think that it's not her chance after the counter. There's still another step. There's still another plus frame. Yes, still has to. You know what I mean? She has to wait another chance. Mackenzie then was pushing even after she got counted, and that's what's making Loopy's timing and a sort of a ability to throw combos was getting thrown off because Mackenzie was taking turns back every single time. It's difficult to fight against that kind of pressure.
Yeah, I do feel for her though, bro, because it's like I would think, like, in my mind, I'm winning the fight because I'm landing the cleaner strikes, even though I'm walking back.
Yeah,
But yeah, again, very very tight, very difficult to call. So yeah, and like they say, don't leave it to the judges. So go
yeah.
like that.
It's not liquid to do that. But anyway, good performance from both women. Honestly, very good performance. But we move on. Opening bout of the night, our closing bout of our episode. We had Joel Alvarez in the lightweight division taking on Alves Brenner, Jedi's number one Brazil. And this is the fight that we called quite cleanly. We said Joel Alvarez is probably going to submit this dude. We've seen him fight before. He's a bit of the bigger guy, standing at 6'4" in the lightweight. That's like a Charles Oliveira spec almost. He's even taller than Charles. Also got the jits, actually both very similar to Charles Oliveira now that I'm thinking about it. And he fought a superb fight. He took his time. He was patient. He kept Alves going backwards, landed some good leg kicks. His timing of landing that right hand that dropped Brenner, I was like, this dude is Alvarez is looking sharp. He's looking like he's, after a long layoff, he utilized his stamina really well. You know what I mean? He never got tired, and he was never wasted in any energy. He just utilized small movements, attacked when it was necessary, and that's what makes for very much of a clean kind of sniper performance. We knew that he always had the jits, but bringing in that striking was also fantastic to witness. So just a very good performance of the night, well deserved. Just a very good performance overall, and killer for the division. Killer for the division. What do you think, AD?
Yeah, no, I think he looked very good. Like you said, he's very big for the division. So yeah, I think he used that very well. He used his reach. Brenner
Yeah.
found it very difficult to get inside, and like he was kind of just throwing strikes, like, kind of seeing
Mm.
if something will land. There was no kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, there was no game plan, no like setting traps, nothing like that. He was just kind of like
Mm.
throwing strikes out there. So
Yeah.
yeah, Alvarez looked very good. It did go to the ground, and yeah, he secured a very slick dash choke, which I think he's kind of known for as his dash.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was very slick. But Breno is training with Oliveira, so you know
Yeah.
you're not gonna submit this one probably. So yeah, but now he looked very good.
Yeah.
And yeah, um, I think he's gonna probably be top 10. Give the top 10 a problem in this division. Um,
Absolutely. Yeah.
so yeah, looking forward to seeing what he does. Obviously, the lightweight division is extremely stacked, so it's not going to be easy. But
So who does he
yeah,
fight next?
yeah, I'm looking at the rankings now, and I'm not sure if Jalen Turner has a fight because
That'll be a good fight.
they're both like a tall, long
Mm-hmm.
reach, so that would be like good to see, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, probably somebody just outside the top 10 now. Um, I think if it was up to me, maybe he could fight Paddy, but Paddy's obviously going to fight up the division now because he's been on the
Yeah.
streak.
I think he
But
smoked Paddy. But
I
okay.
think it'd be a very good fight for Paddy. But yeah, that's not likely to happen. So yeah, I would say Jalen Turner, possibly Hangman, but Hangman's got a fight, right?
He's got a
At
fight, I think.
at 305.
Is it five? Is
At
it?
the now in Australia, I think.
Yes. I think he's got a fight.
Is that
I'll
305,
just,
306?
yeah. I'll just double check. Um, just pulling up this
So yeah, I would say for me, Jalen Turner or Rafael dos
305.
Anjos, one of those.
305.
So he does have a fight at 305.
I think Rafael dos Anjos has also got a fight. If I'm not
Then
mistaken.
Jalen Turner, yeah. Then Jalen Turner's the one I would say.
Jalen Turner would be a very good fight actually for him. Yeah, but I would actually like to see him fight Paddy the Baddy.
Yeah, but that
Oh,
that won't happen. That is
okay.
definitely fighting up the division.
Yeah, no. We'll have to see. Hey, why is this guy doing this? Okay, sorry, making some noise here. Okay, but we now that was the closing bout for us, eh? Um,
Hmm.
and we will now come to agreement that we would love to see um Jalen Turner and what's his name?
Jose.
Joe Alvarez. Joe Alvarez.
Joe
Sorry, I got
Alvarez.
Joe Osma Jose. Yes, it's 80. Oh, well, so but anyway, that is our time, ladies and gentlemen. We will see
Jose
you on the
fun.
next one. But we are not going to be reporting on any of the UFC events this weekend. We are going to come to you live. I said live. Yes, that is live. It's going to be our first live where we're going to be doing UFC 305 Trickers to proceed taking on Easy Adesanya. It's 18th of August live at Perth, Australia, and we will be doing our, like I said, our first live on the channel. So be on the lookout for that. But on that note, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit notification bell to stay in touch every time we drop a new video. 80, thank you so much, brother. I look forward to doing the next one with you. Until then,
Drama.
stay safe, stay warm. Chama.